welcome back to my channel. So today has been an interesting one. So I'm about 20 weeks along in my pregnancy, and this is with baby number 3, and so I had to go in for an ultrasound, just the typical anatomy scan, but a little bit different for me, and I just wanted to give you guys an update about like what I experienced and why I had to do something a little bit different. So I'm considered high risk in my pregnancy because of my age, which is so funny to me because I don't feel as old as I guess I am. So I turn 35 in December. Oh gosh, I've got everything wrong. No, I turn 35 in November. I'm due in December, and because I turned 35 before my due date, they went ahead and just classified me as advanced maternal age, which I think is so crazy, y'all. Sorry, I need to get a drink. And also sorry if the lighting's not really great in this video. I left my appointment and now I'm outside of Target. I'm getting ready to go in and do some shopping, and don't mind if you see a bunch of stuff in the back of the car. I'm actually already starting some of my pregnancy projects to get the house organized and get some things done around the house. So I've got these huge bins beside me and some shelving in the back that I was gonna put in our crawl space to help just with like keeping seasonal decorations organized, that kind of thing. But anyway, so back to the actual ultrasound. So I found out when I went in for like the typical 9 to 12 week scan that because of my age, they were gonna classify me differently, and they wanted to follow a different medical protocol because the fact that I'm turning 35 this year. And one thing that's different this time around that wasn't with my other two is they automatically want to give me the level 2 ultrasound. So if you've ever had a level 2 ultrasound, the experience of like laying down and getting the ultrasound and what the machine looks like is very similar, but I believe the machine is maybe a little bit more high tech, that it can detect different details, and also they take more measurements of like the major organs like the kidneys, the heart. They spend a lot of time on the spine. So those were some things that the doctor told me to kind of expect going into the level 2 ultrasound. I wasn't completely taken back with it because, and I didn't even get into this with my doctor because I'm sure he doesn't remember, but actually with my first, so when Davidson came along and we went in for our normal anatomy scan at the time, he actually had a 2-vessel cord. So because of that, they automatically required me to go in for a level 2 ultrasound at the hospital just to make sure that that 2-vessel cord wasn't also indicating that there might be something else wrong with his organs, or to make sure he didn't have any genetic issues. With all 3 of my pregnancies, this one is no exception. I always turn down genetic testing. I don't want to get into like a huge debate with anyone on the comment section about, you know, should you do it or should you not. The way my personal philosophy is that it is a screening. So it gives you some valuable information, of course, around probability of something being wrong. However, it is not diagnostic. So the only way to really know 100% is through an amnio, and I'm not really interested in going that path. And with someone with a lot of anxiety like myself, the last thing I want to do is increase my anxiety. Like, I don't see the need for me to like go in and be like, oh well, there's some slight, you know, chance that something could be wrong. Why don't we schedule you for this procedure that has a slight risk of miscarriage as well? You know, like all these added stresses for things at the end of the day you can't do anything about. There is no magic pill, there's no surgery, there's nothing you can do to correct Down syndrome or some of the other genetic mutations that are life-threatening. It kind of is what it is. So because of that, like, my personal philosophy is, you know, for me, I'm just not going to do them. Now, this time around in the pregnancy though, I don't know if it's because of my age again, but the doctor office like was really pushing for these genetic testings and things, and so I ended up signing waivers to say that I wasn't going to be doing them, or they just wanted my signature on file, I guess, to say that they had been offered but I declined them. So I wouldn't really say it was a waiver, it was just more like acknowledgement that I was offered the screening, I declined the screening, that kind of thing. I guess that's for some level of protection on their part, but I don't necessarily understand why, because again, at the end of the day, there's nothing they can do about it. It is what it is. Sorry, this isn't going to be a mukbang or anything. I just stopped by Chick-fil-A because I was dying for some hash browns and a sweet tea when I left the appointment. So anyway, getting back to the actual ultrasound experience. So like I was saying with my first kid, I ended up having to go to the hospital to get a level 2. But now with baby number 3, my particular OBGYN was actually piloting a new program. And essentially you come into their office, they have a technician who has been trained on reading a level 2 ultrasound, or at least conducting the level 2 ultrasound. And then on an iPad, it's essentially like FaceTiming or like a WebEx. It's some sort of interface where you are talking with someone at the hospital, so it would be at Duke Hospital in fetal medicine, about the results. So they are seeing everything that the technician is doing real time. They're telling the technician if they need additional photos of different angles or more clarity around like organs and things like that. So that was kind of cool, not having to schedule an appointment with the hospital, because that can always make it go longer, and just being able to go to my doctor's office. However, like right before I went into this appointment just a couple weeks ago, I was in the doctor's office again, and one of the providers, bless her heart, I know she meant well, but she just made the snarky comment to me that she was really surprised that they let me qualify for the pilot, considering I turned down the Down syndrome screening. But again, like this kind of stuff, just whatever. It kind of is what it is. I don't know if anyone, let me know in the comments below, has anyone read the book Expecting Better? If you have, please comment below. I've heard great things about the book. I've read a couple of synopsis and like a sample chapter or two, but I'm thinking about getting it on audible.com, just because I feel like it would reaffirm all the things that I already believe are true about how this whole maternal medicine thing is very outdated, and they're like applying these archaic and arbitrary numbers to, like, I don't know, almost like just justify additional tests and procedures and things that, again, at the end of the day, there's really nothing you can do about it. It's really sad, and that there's no options for a lot of genetic disorders, but it kind of just is what it is. So anyway, we go in for the ultrasound, and it didn't take very long, maybe a little bit longer than normal, but at this point, with my youngest being 2.5 and my oldest turning 4 like in a month, I don't really remember. It's fun to see the baby on the screen and stuff, and I had mentioned to the technician that I hadn't felt the baby yet, and with both my other pregnancies, I felt my kids move around and kick really early, like 14, 16 weeks, kind of early. And at this point, we're at 20 weeks and I haven't felt anything. Well, we did discover on the ultrasound that I have a anterior placenta. So she made the comment that makes it harder for you to feel early movement, that I'll probably feel the movement a little bit later when the baby's bigger and is stronger in its kicks. But right now, like, I really hardly feel anything, and so that was nice to know that there's a reason. The other thing that came up on the ultrasound that I'm a little nervous about, but I will go in for a second ultrasound to confirm. I learned that the placenta was low-lying in the uterus. So it's almost over the cervix, not quite, but it's closer than they would like. So I'm gonna have to have another ultrasound at 28 weeks just to make sure that the cervix is not over the placenta is not over the cervix at all. If so, I might, well, it's a C-section. That's what it will be. And if that's the case, like, I want to just know, I want to just be able to wrap my head around that. I didn't have a C-section with my first 2 pregnancies. And, you know, I know at the end of the day it's not a big deal. It's all about having a healthy mom, healthy baby at the end. But I just want to prepare myself if I need to go in and be in like that mental like game face on to go in and have a C-section if that's going to be necessary. Other than that, baby looks great. So that was just wonderful to know that everything else came out normal. Now, they did tell me that on a ultrasound, they can't 100% say that the baby has absolutely nothing wrong with it. The fact that I didn't do the genetic testing or screenings, you know, they really wouldn't know. But again, they said, you know, without doing an amnio, they wouldn't really know 100% anyhow. They would just know the screening of the probability. They asked me if I wanted to maybe talk to a genetic counselor and get some screening done while I can, and I'm not entertaining that. Like, I just really don't care. Like, of course I want my babies to be healthy, and I want the pregnancy to go smoothly, but everything looked great on the ultrasound. There's no real cause for concern. Organs are looking great, growth is looking great, bones are looking great, all the right arms, legs, fingers, toes, those kind of things are showing up. Most importantly, heart and kidneys and brain development all look wonderful. Spine looked normal. The nuchal fold looked normal. So nothing was like there saying, hey, there might be an issue. We kind of recommend everything tick the box as normal or typical. So I'm just gonna leave it as it is. I'll go back when I'm closer to 28, 30 weeks just to see where this placenta, if it's the placenta issue is gonna be there or not. I think it's called Placenta Previa, but I might be mispronouncing that. So if you Google it, you'll learn more about it unless you've experienced this. And if you have, let me know. So they told me in 90 to 95% of cases that it stretches out of the way as the uterus grows. So most people can go on to have a normal vaginal delivery, but there's a small chance, that 5% chance, that I might have to have the C-section. So if you've ever experienced that, let me know below. I actually know 2 people. One went on to have to get the C-section, the other one went on and everything moved out of place, so it was fine, and she had a vaginal delivery. So I would like to know what others have experienced, so please let me know. I do have some ultrasound photos, so I will go ahead and share those with you guys. Oh my gosh. So here's the little person in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So we did find out the sex. I don't want to spoil it and say right now, so I will wait. Here's another really cute one, like profile picture. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. I know the lighting isn't great, but we're just really excited that baby number 3 is healthy, that you know, pregnancy is moving along. I can't believe it's already at that halfway point. My first trimester was a little bit harder than, you know, I really thought it would be, but I think it's because I do work full time, and then I have 2 small kids. You know, I have a soon-to-be 4-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, so physically I'm a little bit more tired anyhow, and it's so funny too, like, before I got pregnant, I was just getting back into going to the gym and trying to get into shape, and that's even how I kicked off, like, my YouTube channel was like all about weight loss and trying to get into shape. But I really couldn't take that topic any further than I did, because it's not like a huge passion of mine. Like, not that I don't care, like, I think it's really important, but since I've gotten pregnant, like between first trimester morning sickness and also just being more tired, I just haven't gotten around to working out more. So I need to get back into it. I did try out like a prenatal class recently and it was okay. I'm not willing to like sign up to go to more. I mean, I do have a gym membership, so I think that's part of it. Like, I don't want to pay to go to a gym and then pay for these prenatal classes. Like, I feel like if I'm gonna be committed, I need to just do it. And I don't know. I don't really know. So I know that this has been a really long, chatty, in the car, more vlog style check-in, but because I haven't really posted a ton of content in the last couple months because of, well, the first 12 weeks were just pretty rough. 12, 14 weeks even. Gosh. I don't know, I'm just now getting into the swing of it. I did want to do something different than just the cleaning videos, even though those get the most views, it seems. So I just thought I'd go ahead and like let you guys know what the ultrasound was like, that baby is doing well. We're gonna be doing a gender reveal very soon, and it's not gonna be anything over the top, it's just family, but I will make sure that we try to get a clip, and I will put it into like the next video when I do like a gender reveal or whenever we get around to that. And yeah, so it's really exciting. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and hearing about this. I hope that my experience with the level 2 ultrasound helps you if it's something that you're going through soon or you've gone through it before. Like, I didn't really see it as a big deal. Luckily, everything came out great other than this potential placenta C-section issue. But baby is super healthy. If you like this kind of content and you want to continue to see more like mom, baby, pregnancy stuff in addition to like my house cleaning videos, please make sure you subscribe and tick that little notification bell so that you know every time that there's a new video uploaded to this channel. And I will check in with you guys soon. Take care. Bye.